Hi, this is Rick Levine, astrologer for Tarot.com, and we're here to talk about the Moon in Aries. But let's first just talk about the moon for a moment, because the moon is the fastest moving of all the things that are up there. We call it a planet, but obviously it's the moon. The fact is that the moon changes signs every couple of days, so every month everyone feels the moon in each and every sign. But if you do a calculation and find out where the moon was when you were born, this is something you live with all the time. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's a fire sign. It's the fire starter. Aries energy is the initiating energy. It's the beginning of the astrological year. And regardless of what your sun sign is, if you were born with the moon in Aries, the moon is how you feel. It's how you respond. Which means that if you were born with the moon in Aries, on a gut level, there's that sense of spontaneity. There's that sense of when something happens, you know immediately whether it's good or bad, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. It doesn't mean that you'll say anything about it, because the moon is often kept internal. It's again how we feel and how we respond, or how we react if we choose to bring it out into the open. So the moon in Aries person is the person who can be very hot and fast to express their anger, and then it's gone. Regardless of what sign you are, regardless of what your moon sign is, for a couple days a month, we all have that buzz of feeling a little bit like an Aries moon, which means that while the moon is in Aries, we all are a little bit faster to react. We're all a little bit more intrigued by doing something we've never done before. We're all a little bit more willing to take a risk or take a gamble by pushing into the unknown. If the sun is in Aries, as it is toward the beginning of spring, and then the moon moves through Aries, this is the time of the new moon. The time of year when we have the Aries new moon, we're all feeling like we're at the beginning of a major cycle. And in a way, this is the time to think about the things in life that you want to explore, that you want to do, the seeds that you want to plant, because when there's a new moon in Aries, there's no time better than to take a new idea and put it into motion. Now, when the moon is in the sign opposite of the sun, which means that the Aries moon would be opposite Libra, which is the beginning of autumn, at the full moon in Aries, rather than wanting to plant the seeds, this is the time when we want to culminate the energy. We want to harvest the seeds that we planted, perhaps even 6 months ago, at the new moon back in spring. So the Aries full moon, it's a time when those things that we started to do that were brand new are now either coming to fruition and working, and if they are, we then have to cultivate the crop, we have to harvest, we have to do something with it, and if it's not, it's time to let it go and to move on to something else. For Tarot.com, I'm Rick Levine.